After 2 months, I realized I didn't know nothing about flowers, and I opened up a flower shop, Imagine. And very quickly, I understood that I needed to educate myself to become a real professional. And since then, I've been educating myself all the time.
So the big question is this: how can small business owners like us in the floral industry overcome the greed of order gatherers and bypass the deceitful games played by wire services? How do we market, sell, and deliver flowers online so we may break free from these antiquated practices and earn our freedom? Those are some of the questions we will answer on this podcast. I'm Joe Vega. Welcome to Flower Shop Secrets. Watch now on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes. What's up, everybody? This is Joe Vega, and welcome to another Flower Shop Secret podcast. And today we have Ruben Consa from Miami, Florida. How are you, Ruben?
I'm doing good, Joe. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So can you tell us a little bit of your backstory? What has your journey been? How did you get and where you are today, running multiple shops in Miami and the other areas, and a design school?
Yeah, well, it's not easy, Joe. I wear different hats in my business, and but my experience allows me to do it. I've been in this business over 40 years. And originally, I started back in the 70s, 80s. You could do the math and you'll know my age. I'm not going to say it. But I started my first humble flower shop in Brooklyn, New York. And from there, my vision was to be in Manhattan on Fifth Avenue. And after 5 years of being in a small neighborhood in Brooklyn, I was able to move my business and grow into the Big Apple, Manhattan, in the Rockefeller Plaza area, where I stayed in business for more than 25 years, and I did very well. Together, while that was happening, I became an AIFD member in 1989, and that gave me the platform for the growth I have experienced during the last 20, 30 years. It's been a journey. It hasn't been easy, but because I love flowers and I love the art of flowers, creating art with flowers, I persevered and I was resilient. But it hasn't been easy. There has been valleys and mountains during my time. While I was in New York, I did very, very well. I was able to get accounts like Italian fashion houses like Giorgio Armani, Valentino Ungaro, Elizabeth Arden Salon. Those were my clients in New York, high-end completely, and they wanted the best of the best. So I did very, very well there. And at the same time, with my development with AIFD, I started traveling around the country and overseas as well, teaching floral design with the AIFD flag, but sponsored by companies like Mrs. Oasis, Design Master, and so on. So that gave me a pretty good experience in teaching and commentating many times in Spanish because it's my first language. And doing that in 1996, I met my beautiful wife, Viola, in the Dominican Republic because she was one of the persons in the audience, and that's how I met her. She was already a florist. It's a beautiful long story that I'm not going to go into it. Another day I will give you that background, but we married and we have joined forces, and that's what we're doing today. Since then, I moved out of New York. I moved to Miami and married Yola, and we created a very powerful educational team because she is a good instructor and educator and very talented. And we joined forces and created our design, the Yola Goose School of Floral Design in Miami. Together with that, I went back to retail because after being in New York in retail for so many years, I was tired and I sold my businesses. And then when I moved to Miami, I didn't want to be in the retail business anymore. And Yola convinced me that we should be in the retail business, that she wanted to savor that because she was an immigrant to the US. Her experience was in DR and she wanted to savor the retail experience that I already had accomplished in New York. So we opened up our first shop, our second shop, our third shop, fourth shop, and today we have 6 flowers retail outlets in Miami plus the school.
Wow, that's a lot of businesses. How do you manage? How do you balance the business side of the flower shops and the design work and the school all together?
We are under the same roof. That makes it really easy. Our production facility for the flower shop is under the same roof with the school. So that gives us the ability to be in one place and manage all the retail outlets around the city. Our production facility, we employed former students from our school, people that we have trained with our recipe and our know-how, and that's how we are able to do it. Also, technology allows us to do it as well. For example, I could be at home at night and I'm watching my phone, seeing all the orders coming in while we're not at the shop. So that allows us to do that. The school is very busy as well. The school pulls us in different directions because we train people not only to be professional florists, but we create a path for them to become AIFD members in the future. Our school is certified. We are an educational partner with AIFD. So our school is a path for individuals that want to get to that accreditation of AIFD. And that is another monster. So with technology and hard work and passion, we are able to do it. I understand we are a unique case. I'm sure you don't find people like what we are doing because it takes a lot of guts, a lot of desire, a lot of ambition, and good health. Absolutely. During the pandemic, we were hesitant to have the school open, but we have been able to continue to teach in small groups, and of course, keeping all the safe conditions like taking temperature, everybody wearing a mask, keeping the distance, and thank God everything has been going really good.
That's fantastic. It sounds like the technology, you always being connected, has always helped you sort of run everything at once, right?
Absolutely, and lovingly, and I don't mean to patronize or advertise lovingly, but lovingly with the technological capability that you have and that the platform that you have provided us has given us the opportunity to create what we are doing today. Of course, there's always room for improvement, and I know you guys and us are working together and doing that, but definitely technology makes it easy. I feel sorry sometimes when I hear that our florists out there from the old school that are behind in technology and they cannot keep up with the trends. They cannot keep up with the demands of the consumer today because they don't have the knowledge of computers and technology. And for those people, it's really hard to get in the bandwagon and learn at this stage of their life. Very often I will tell them, listen, sell your business and get out and retire, because if you're not willing or able to be up to speed of what's going on in today's market, you won't be able to stay in business.
Right. Well, the consumer behavior has changed, right? Everything now is online. Well. Right. Mm-hmm. So you either know the technology and the marketing in the online world, or you need to partner with someone or a company that knows this, that is able to help you achieve your goals. So it sounds like that's a big challenge in the industry overall. So in your opinion, what are some of the other big changes in the industry that you have seen that have presented unique challenges?
Well, this is a changing industry, and I've been in it over 40 years, and I've seen it since the time that supermarkets were not selling flowers. So florists, it was the only place to go, and that's where people bought flowers. But then supermarkets came to the picture, and they created a whole scenario for florists and gave the consumers the ability to buy flowers at very low prices. That created a problem, and that was a tremendous change in the industry. Even today, I see a lot of changes because here in Miami, we have relationships with all importers of flowers. All the flowers that come from South America come in through Miami, and this is the port of importation. And there's a lot of importers that market their products here, not only to our segment of the industry, but also to the supermarkets. And it's very challenging for them, and that makes a difference for us because, if, for example, for Valentine's Day, they have to bring tremendous amount of flowers within a week. And of course, the freight charges, fees go sky high, and they've been bringing the flowers by boat, in refrigerated containers. And that is good if you're going to move the flowers very quickly, but the flowers have been in cold storage for 3 or 4 weeks. And in the long run, the freshness of the flowers in the long run is not going to be the same when they fry them by plane. So it works for a holiday like that because you move the flowers fast. But if you have to keep those flowers for a week in your cooler, they won't last. So you have to adjust to those things. And when you buy for Valentine's Day or for Mother's Day, you need to know that the lifespan of the flowers will not be the same. So those are changes that are occurring because of the times, the amount of volume that they move are overwhelming. And so they are trying to catch up and find ways of adjusting. And if we don't adjust with them, then we lose the boat. You know what I mean?
Has having a floral school helped your flower shop business?
Yes, it has, because in our website and our school website, when people log in there, whether they're looking for school or for flowers, they land to our school, and we have a link that says, if you want to buy flowers and deliver them today, click here, and that takes us to the Lovely website. And then the customers, people that land in our school page, even though they're not looking for classes, they see that link and they go straight to our website, Lovely website.
So it sounds like everything is connected. Everything is working nicely together.
That's right. It's like it's a machine that works like a Ferrari. I would say. There's always room for improvement, Joe. You know that. But we want to think that we are working like a Ferrari. So.
Yeah. I'm more of a Lambo fan, but Ferrari would do. That's good.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with either one of those.
Of course.
So, Ruben, how has your experience changed with customers in recent years, since things are so different now?
Let me tell you something. That is a good subject. You have to take care of your customers, Joe, no matter what. In the past, when there were no Google reviews, a customer would complain, and you will say, well, if you didn't like it, it's too bad. You already paid for it. Don't call me, don't bother me. In today's world, you cannot afford to do that because there is Google who's overseeing everything. And when a customer is not happy with your service, for whatever reason it is, they might not be right. It might not be a solid complaint, but if they have a complaint and they do a bad review in Google, people are looking at those reviews all the time, and that's going to maintain you in business. So what do we do? If a customer calls us with a complaint, it doesn't matter whether they are right or wrong, we give them 100% satisfaction. If they complain, we say, we give you 3 options. We will refund you your money 100%. We will send another arrangement, that's the second option, replacing the first one, and you can keep the first one. We're going to send a second one to make it even better for you, or we leave it the way it is, and next time you order, your order will be free.
Wow, I've never heard those 3 options before. So by providing those 3 options to the customer, how do they react? Which one is more popular?
They love it. They say, wow, man, you are amazing. Some of them will say, give me the refund, but I can assure you that next time I order flowers, I'm going to go through you.
Wow. So it's basically a marketing opportunity, right? You're turning a bad experience into a great experience.
Correct. And consumer loves that. And sometimes, listen, their complaints are not realistic, Joe. Between you and me, they will say, oh, a little petal broke from the flower. Maybe that happened during transportation. Well, who cares? Give him the benefit of the doubt, maintain that good customer. Then when they are happy, you could come out and say, listen, since you are happy with the resolution, why don't you do a good review for us? You know what? They go into Google and they do a beautiful review for you, and that's pushing you up all the time. So never refuse to give a customer their money back or replace the arrangement.
That's excellent advice. What would you say to florists who basically take it personal because we all know some customers are just simply unreasonable, right? You could do everything perfect. And like you said, sometimes, it's not good enough. You can only please some of the people some of the time, right? So some florists would take it personal, and then you would just either reply with like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, yada, yada, yada. But like, what would you say to some of those shops who are still under this impression that it's better to be right than to just simply make the customer happy again?
Not even go there, not even try it, not even say that you don't agree with them. You have to tell them you are right 100%. I'm here to please you, no matter what. You cannot take it personal, because there are consumers out there that they are unrealistic. Their requests are not realistic. So you don't argue with that, because you're never going to win. But let me tell you, Yola takes care of our quality control, and after she does that, it goes through my hands as well. So our quality control is such a perfection that out of 100 orders, maybe we get one complaint.
That's an excellent ratio. That's fantastic.
You know what? It doesn't cost me anything to replace that arrangement. If it was $100 arrangement, it cost me $20, $25 to create it. So at the end of the day, I'm not losing $100. I'm losing only $25 when you come to see. So it's not gonna make me rich or poorer. What I want to be able to do is maintain my credibility, and especially with the reviews on Google. That's the name of the game today. Service, 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 and the consumer is always right.
It sounds like your number one goal is to please the user or please the customer.
Absolutely. The recipient as well. I mean, the sender and the recipient, because the recipient is going to get the flowers, and sometimes the recipient is the one calling to complain. It's not the sender. So either way, it doesn't matter to us. We will give them 100 fully satisfaction.
Wow. So you give the recipient the same options then?
Of course. Absolutely. That's our secret, Joe. That's why we are successful.
And after you do this, do these customers come back and buy from you again?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Well, there you go. It's marketing, customer support roll into one, right?
Got it.
Like, I've never heard of that. I'm really impressed with those three options, because it's a win-win-win situation for them, right? Like, it's just they don't have any other choice but to like you and to use you again for the future. They're going to tell their friends about that. That's an amazing strategy. I really appreciate that. What do you enjoy most about being a florist?
I enjoy the most, of course, the creation of the design, because that's the artistic part. But I also enjoy when I get a phone call and the person will say something like, I have never received an arrangement like the one I just got from your shop. Those words give you the reassurance and the confidence that what you're doing is correct, and it makes you feel like a Superman. And when a customer or a sender calls you to tell you that what such a great job you did, like they've never seen anything like it, that's what makes the day for us. Let me add something else. Our average sale is between $150 and $175.
Wow.
$175, our average sale. We get calls for $500, $600 arrangement. And the smallest one is the designer's choice that we keep it at $99 and in some location at $89. Customers are not calling us for $40, $50, $60, $75 arrangement.
Right. Is that the same for all of your locations?
Well, 5 of them are like that. One of them is in a middle class, lower class economical ratio. And there we have price ranges a little lower, but still they are ordering high ticket items in there. Our designer's choice in that area is $79, the standard.
So with the other shops, is your average price, product price so high?
$150, $175.
Is that, you think that's due to the location?
It has to do with the location and the type of quality and trendy designs that we are creating. But we get people from other areas that don't live in those locations or work in that location that happen to go into our website and they are ordering as well. Consumers are willing to pay for what they want, and remember, buying flowers is something exclusive. When people are getting out of their way to send flowers, to show affection, to show their emotion, they want to send the best. And my experience is that the more expensive it is, the more they will buy because they know it is exclusive. If you're selling an exclusive design, beautiful, like your competition, in their websites, you see arrangements for $60, $50, that no way you can produce and make a profit on that arrangement. Consumers at that high-end level are not looking there and buying those arrangements for $50, $70 because they know they're going to get tricked somehow, somewhere, because they know it's not realistic to pay $50 for a beautiful arrangement of calendars and orchids, okay, just to give you an example. So they don't look at those sites. There's a lot of people that look at those sites, but people that are serious at one quality, the more they pay for the product, the better they feel. That's my opinion.
That's right. I've met many florists who are afraid of charging what they believe it's worth for some reason. They just feel bad about it. They don't believe, or I'm not exactly sure what the reason is, but they cut themselves short. What would you have to say to those florists?
Don't be afraid, don't cut yourself short. The cheaper you sell is not the best solution. The cheaper you sell is making you go to the ground little by little. You got to take a different direction. You got to go up, charge more for your work, and sell quality.
Right. That's right. So you're independent. You have 5 flower shops. You have a school. You guys are doing amazing, right? What is next? What are the next steps for your business?
That is a good question. I want to retire, yo. I want to retire, and Yola says I'm going to support you when you retire. No, I'm just kidding. The next step is continue to what we're doing, always keeping an open mind in terms of the new ways of improving yourself. And that is the name of the game. You have to have vision, try to, if you get lemons from the sky, make lemonade with the lemons. That's what I mean. Look to be different, and that is the answer. You cannot stay still and do the things that you used to do 20, 30 years ago, or 10 years ago. It doesn't work.
Would you say that better designs equals happy customer? Is that true?
Yeah, but before I answer that question, let me tell you, that's what we teach our students in our school. You came to our school, you are certified, you graduated from our school, we gave you took all our courses. Now it's time for you to go to other schools. And we recommend other schools for them to continue and under development, and never stay still. You got to continuously learn. Yola and I, even today, we are AIFD members for many years. We are presenters in national platforms, international platforms, and even today we will take a plane to Europe and take a course for a week, spend thousands of dollars. But you know what? While we're learning and we get exposed to a different view of what they're doing in Europe, and we bring it here, and that keeps us always in front of the carriage.
Should florists invest more in their design efforts overall?
Yeah, they need to continuously educate, just following up with that, what I just said, learn new trends, learn new ways, be quick in production and efficient. That's the name of the game. And you have to continuously train yourself and improve yourself to maintain your customers, database.
Okay, so what can other florists do to further their floral education?
Well, there's many options. We have classes online, for example. yolagoose.com. If you go to yolagoose.com, you can study with us online. We don't have all our courses online, and we are in the process of videotaping all our classes. So even though that you are not here in Miami, you could take our classes. But there are other schools all around the country. AIFD is the greatest platform you will find in this industry to grow and to get education. If you came into this industry, and there are a lot of florists out there that have never taken a course, that wasn't my case. It was my case because I started this business in Brooklyn, and after 2 months, I realized I didn't know nothing about flowers, and I opened up a flower shop, imagine. And very quickly, I understood that I needed to educate myself to become a real professional. And since then, I've been educating myself all the time. So education is the answer. If you don't educate yourself, not only in pretty designs, you have to educate yourself in marketing. You have to educate yourself with technology. Technology is getting better and better and better every day, and if you don't stay on top of it, social media, you need to educate yourself on how social media works. Now, you're not going to have the time to do all that, but you have to engage and employ people that will do it for you. But before you employ people, you got to know the deal. You got to know how it works in order for you to give direction and create leadership for your team of workers. And that's what we do. Education is the key to it.
Yeah, education is the key. How many students go through your school every year?
Well, a big number of students come to our school. We at this time we take groups of 15 people. We also teach privately. We have people that travel from other states and other countries to Miami to study with us intensively for a week, 2 weeks. We have all kinds of students coming to our school, and our reputation is impeccable. Even today, we have the flower importers that have their own productions and their own managers and their own designers are calling us to educate their staff. So we have become a really strong platform here in South Florida in terms of education, and we have many students into the hundreds.
Ruben, you and Yola are so inspirational. Thank you so much for joining me today. How can people get in touch with you?
They can go into the website. The school website is www.yolagoose.com. YOLA, Goose is GUZ as in Sierra.com. Or they could call me directly on my phone number. My personal line is 305-504-1061. It will be a pleasure to help anyone.
There you go. Thank you so much, Ruben.
You are quite welcome, Joe.
We want to help your business bloom. Check out more episodes of Flower Shop Secrets. Watch now on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes.